Welcome Virgo, this is your June 29th to July 5th forecast, and for you we have spiritual development being highlighted for you this week. So we're going to see what you have going on there and get you some messages of clarity and guidance. So we have the Lovers coming up here, also the Ten of Swords. So you are absolutely being guided to let go of anything that's not serving you. So there may be some outdated philosophies or belief systems that you may have that just aren't providing you. They're not making you feel safe. They're not making you feel secure. They're not aligned with where your life is at this point in time. So you may be reconsidering, like, I've always believed this, I've always felt this way, but now I'm finding that as I come into more complicated areas of my life, more challenging, I'm being challenged in different ways, and those belief systems just aren't necessarily aligning with where you're going and who you are anymore. So we also have this focus of you being more deeply connected within, more connected to your higher self, more connected with source, more connected with your guides. And it's all you at the end of the day, but this is you being more strongly connected and also trying to keep the hope and the faith, trying to hang on here is what I'm seeing. And I'm hearing immediately that you have to do what's right for you, but there is this really strong recommendation for you to continue your work going within, continue your connection with source, because that is where you're going to find your answers. That is where you're going to find that strength, that bravery, that courage that you need to persevere. It's within. It's not externally. It's not anyone doing anything for you. It's not anyone being there for you. It's you being there for you. You giving you the love that you're seeking and desiring externally. You giving yourself the protection, the security that you're looking for externally. Okay? So, what else? We have the Three of Pentacles here and challenges. Yeah, so you're just like not wanting to work towards it anymore. You're like, look, this has always gotten me through. I don't know why it's not working now, but I'm over it as well. So this is really about you making that choice and deciding where you are at this point. If you're going to continue working on it, you're going to continue being there for you, you're going to continue showing up for you, or not. What else? We have the Knight of Wands here. Okay. All right. So you may have lost your passion in some way. And it could be, again, just about your belief system and what has always worked for you and has always helped you to persevere. It may be a little more challenging for you at this point in time with everything that you have going on and where you are in your life, the things you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, how you're trying to move forward on your path. You may just be feeling like you need a little bit of a stronger connection. You need to feel connected more deeply. You need to feel that divine intervention, that divine unconditional love coming through to you. Okay? And it's all within you. It may result in quarrels and disagreements and you feeling unaligned, and it's going to start showing out in your external environment if it hasn't already. So we do see that coming up here as a challenge for you. So just be aware of that. And again, like there's no greater advice that you could have at this point in time. Tend to go within and give yourself what it is that you need. If you need to do a meditation and visualize yourself, healing yourself, giving love to yourself, whatever it is that you need to do, is what you're being guided to do here. Okay. So what else do we have going on here? So we have you receiving a gift, And also there being unsettled times and you needing to plan ahead. Okay, so we're looking at specific challenges here. So there may be some sort of challenge that comes up, an unexpected expense that may set you back here, or it may be something that you know that you needed to focus on and you needed to fix, but it's just coming up now as like, oh, this is actually an issue that's coming to light, like I can't put it off any longer. So for some of you, this isn't necessarily a surprise here, but again, you are being guided here to just plan the best that you can. And I feel like even before that, even before you start making those 3D plans and trying to take inspired action, start at the base, start at the root of you loving you and giving yourself the love that you are seeking. I feel like that is really the message that's here, especially as we're speaking about spiritual growth and development here. Allow that to be the foundation of where you start. So let's look at underlying, you understanding and knowing that these changes are happening and it's a natural part of life. It's a natural part. These cycles are happening naturally. But again, I feel like for some of you, it's a little overwhelming here. And you're looking for just the love and support that you need from those in your environment that should be giving it to you, that may not be giving it to you for whatever reason. For some of them, they don't know how to give it to you. And for others of you, it's like, they're deciding, they're very much focused on their own things that they have going on, and they don't even realize how much the neglect is there. And then for others of you, it may be that they just aren't as interested or aren't as focused. Okay. Okay, so clarity here. So for some of you, there may be just this underlying fear of you speaking up and speaking out, what that's going to mean. Because once you say you need these things, and if you're not able to receive them, or the other party is not on board with giving you those things, then you have to now deal with that as well. So there could be this just underlying worry that, I may be asking for things that my partner cannot provide to me, and they won't be able to provide to me. And then now, how do I feel about that? Where does this land with me? Okay. How is this going to impact me in terms of my growth and development and what I need? Okay. Let's look at your beliefs here. So you do want to see that change. You do believe in others and their ability to grow and to advance. So that is beautiful. You know that they have it within them. But again, it just may be that it's not coming out in the way that you need it to. And that's really not anything that you can control. So you'll have to address why you feel like it has to come out this particular specific way, because we know that we can't control any other's actions or the way that they feel or what they do. So you'll have to address those expectations and requirements that you do have on your partner or on others in your environment to be a certain way or to do certain things. Okay. So let's look at your approach here. Okay. All right. So, Virgo, I'm going to say this with love, but you may be playing the victim here in some ways. And I feel like this is, I'm going to give you an example. Like, you may be maybe wanting something to happen a particular way, and then it doesn't happen that way, so then you're just completely distraught and like you don't want to throw the whole thing away, and you may continue to bring it up as like, I don't know why we didn't do it this way, and it's just like keep hashing it out over and over again, as opposed to accepting like, okay, this is being done in a different way. I feel like, it would work better if we did it this way, but through our discussions, we've decided and we've come to the agreement that, okay, it's going to happen this way. All right, now let's let it happen this way. I'm going to be open to the outcome that comes to me because it's what I need at this point in time. And if I need to learn something from that, I will learn it and move on. Okay? So it's just two different approaches on the way that you can handle things. And for some of you, you may not be as open to that approach of being open and taking what comes your way. And that may create more contrast for you, more challenges for you, because she can easily untangle herself and swim right out of that and let it go. Or she can stay stuck in it, twirling around in it, viewing herself as the victim and things happening to her. She can do that as well. So it's totally up to you, and there is no wrong answer. There is no wrong choice. Okay? What else? Okay, and to anyone that you do discuss this with, or anyone that's on the outside looking in, they're going to see it as you have a couple different ways that you can solve and resolve contrast that's coming your way. They're going to see you having options here that you may not want to consider, or you may be so ingrained in your position and your viewpoint that you're not open and willing to consider other options. But there's definitely other options, and anyone that you speak to or talk to will bring those options to your they're going to bring them up, basically, and they're going to say, well, you know, you could do this or you could do that, and then you may say like, oh, well, no, I don't want to do that because of this, I don't want to do that because of that, I don't want to do that because of that, as opposed to just opening yourself up and exploring it. Okay, well, if I went down this path, how does that feel to me? What does that look like to me? What about this path? Right? So that's just you allowing yourself to be more open to the different options that you do clearly have here. Okay? And it may be you connecting with soul family to help you realize, yeah, I do have a couple options here. I can do a couple different things here. Okay, so let's look at guidance here. What guidance do we have? So we have the 5 of Pentacles here. Okay, so yeah, we do see you having the opportunity to come back from any setbacks that come your way. So we know that there may be some expenses that come up here. It's not anything that you can't recover from, but it is about you positioning yourself in a place where you do have that clarity and where you're not viewing yourself as the victim or as things happening to you, and you're really stepping into that power, that strong energy that you are, that powerful being you are, that has mastered the divine feminine and masculine qualities, that has mastered your gifts and talents, and knows that you have everything within you that you need, and everything comes to you exactly when you need it. So that's the energy that you're being guided to get back into and work through the contrast and the challenges that come up. Because you are strong and you've done it before. You've done this before. Okay? Whether it's this lifetime or a previous lifetime, you've done it before, so you know you can persevere. You know you can be successful. So we also have the, what are the spears? The spears are swords. So Page of Swords here. Okay. So you taking a really direct, bold, courageous approach, taking those calculated risks is also what I'm hearing. So once you have that clarity, once you're seeing it, take inspired action toward it. Lovely. What else? We have mind over matter, trial and error, learning and applying, reading, researching, focusing, feeding your mentality. This is Gemini, Virgo energy. You are showing up right here, doing the things that you naturally do, keeping yourself in that powerful mind state where you solve and resolve every problem that comes your way, and you give yourself the love that you need. Okay? And that's just how we need to do here, especially as light workers, especially as individuals that are highly spiritually evolved and advanced. There's others just around us that don't have that capacity, and that's not saying anything at all negative towards them, because everybody's on their journey, everybody's learning here. But sometimes we forget in those moments where we could really use that support and it's not available to us. We forget that we give that to ourselves. We forget that, we're so used to like giving that out. Like, okay, why am I not receiving it? Why is it not being reciprocated? So in those moments, you absolutely must give yourself what you need, because you have it anyway. Find it from within and be that inspiration to others so that they can see how strong you are, so they can see you picking up the pieces, and they can be more of that energy to you. Okay? What else? We have your temptations coming up. We have new levels, new devils. So this is just confirmation that we know there's a little bit of uncertainty coming your way. We know that you may have some expenses come up, and this is also just providing that confirmation of it, but also that understanding that these are lessons that are happening. These are lessons that are coming up to show you who you are and how you're acting, the energy that you're giving off, so that you can adjust and change the energy that you're giving off in that particular moment here. So this is that confirmation coming up of like, yes, these are tests. These are things you design for yourself to learn here. So you got this. There's no way that you would be handed anything that you cannot successfully resolve. Okay. All right, so where do we want to go here? Let's go here, get some oracles here. We're looking at outcomes and guidance. So we do have a lot of wisdom coming your way as a result of you working through this contrast that comes up, finding ways and solutions. So someone like you have always figured out a way when there was none. When there seemed to be none, you figure out a way. And this is you getting back to that energy, that power that you have to do that, and to use your magician powers to figure out how to resolve things, what's the best for everybody involved, and to make it happen. So you have that wisdom. It's right here already within you. So wish, dream, hope, have faith, trust in the positive outcomes that can come your way. Trust that you will build that foundation back up. And we have strength. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is that confirmation of how powerful you are. Because I wasn't even going to go here. I was going to go here, but I was called to go here. So we definitely have that strength coming up and showing how strong and brave and courageous and powerful you are, Virgo. All right. So we have financial and material changes. Okay, so we have more confirmation there. So you know what's coming up here. And you know that you will get yourself back on track and back aligned with where you're trying to be and what your goals are. Okay, so find some balance here. So it may also be about you going back through your budget, through the things that you have going on, your priorities, and figuring out like, okay, we have, 10 subscriptions to different places, and we need to cut this down to 1 or 2. It may be you going back and adjusting and readjusting and realigning your finances. And it doesn't have to just be about finances. This could be about many different areas within your life. You might find yourself needing to find more balance. In whatever ways, whatever areas you feel unbalanced, you're being invited to find that balance. Okay? What else do we have here? We have chaos here. Not for you, not for you, because you know this is coming already. You know that there is an expense that'll come up. There's a little bit of setback. There's a little bit of contrast that comes out. And I'm just saying expense, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be even within your relationships here as well. So there could absolutely be some contrast that's coming towards you, but you got this. Because you're going to go within and you're going to utilize all your tools, your gifts, and your talents. And you're going to make decisions based off of how you want to feel. And stay in that frequency and vibration. And show the universe of, yeah, whatever you bring my way, I can handle it. Okay? And now bring me some all good things. And of course, we know that, there's lessons that you're learning. So, there are things you're going to experience, but, at least the universe will know the energy. Like, yeah, don't go too far down, universe. Okay. Don't go too far down there. Okay. So that is why it's so important to stay on a frequency and vibration, a higher one as much as you can, so that when setbacks do happen, it's not as low because you are just operating on that higher frequency. Okay. All right, Virgo. So those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful week.